Hey everyone, welcome to BICSI Tampa 2023. I would like to dedicate this episode to a dear friend, Angie Palmer, and Godspeed. Anyway, so for that being said, today is going to be a fun-filled show with lots of guests, and some of the guests you've seen before. We're going to have some new guests on as well. Mr. Tom Jallo with Softing is a fan favorite, and I've known Tom for a long time, and we have a current collaboration, but before we go into that collaboration with our new app and how it works, and how it differs from the previous app. In fact, I'm going to have you on in an upcoming episode to go into the minutia of how this app works. So, without further ado, Mr. Tom Jallo, do me a favor. I know at the BICSI in Vegas,
yep,
you had some new stuff that you really couldn't talk about, but I think it's time, right?
It is time.
Okay, it's time.
Yeah.
So if you wouldn't mind, let us know what the new stuff is, and anything else that's new and exciting in the world of Softing.
Sure. So yeah, last BICSI we had some new tools that were kind of premiering, or I say pre-released, I guess is the industry term or something like that. So now they're released. You're going to go out and buy these tools. And Softing, we manufacture a Tier 1 certifier. It does CSV label import, so it works with the Brother solution, as Todd said. It's a fantastic certifier. It gives a user everything they need to test to standards and has really a total solution for labeling and attacking a job site really effectively. Softing also manufactures other test tools, and really I think that our test tool options are really more diverse than anybody else out there. The latest edition, this is the one we just talked about, is this tiny little guy. This is the Link Expert M3. Tiny, big enough. Well, I've got a smartphone here. So there's my smartphone, beaten, old, tried, and old reliable here, right? Same size, a little bit thicker, but this thing fits in my pocket. I can go out and test cables with this. You can just go out and just do simple verification test. Let's just do one real quick. And there you can see I've got an open, but I've got indication at the far side for each pair. I've got length of each pair, so it's got TDR in there for the length. This will pull IP addresses. It has Wi-Fi built into it. It has fiber optic tools, so we can go in, and it has a built-in red laser or visual fault locator, right? So I can actually track down fiber issues like so. There's really a huge list of things you can do with this toy. So fun to talk about, and the price, $1,500 for this tool. So we're showing it here. You can buy 6 of these tools for less than $10,000. So it's a fantastic addition. Really what we're trying to push is a tiered tool solution for users. So in other words, a carpenter, when they're making a cut on a piece of wood, they've got many ways to go about that issue. Cable testing should have a tiered response to it. You don't just have a certifier out there. You don't just have a wire mapper out there. You have different ways to go out there and prove that that network is doing what it needs to do, and this is a fantastic addition to do that. This is the Link Expert M3.
So I'm going to actually go, I'm going to say, hey, Hot Toddy's deal of the day. He said $1,500. I'm at $1499.99. All right, so Hot Toddy's BICSI special of the day, and I don't think he'll argue with that. So no, I appreciate that, man. You guys are always coming up with new and exciting stuff. In fact, earlier today, I've got a couple of propeller heads out here. They're back there somewhere, and they talked to your propeller heads.
They did, yes.
And so there's some really good stuff coming up in between Softing and Brothers. So what else you got for me there, big guy?
So again, one of my big things when I come on your show is I try not to get in trouble, right? Okay? I try not to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay.
So I got to watch what I'm saying. But what we're trying to do at Softing, we're going to have a very big solution for multiple testers, and it will involve labeling.
Oh,
as well,
I thought you were going to cuss.
No, I wasn't going to curse.
Leave that to me.
I held out on that one, but it's going to be fun when that comes out. But that's a little ways off. But that's what's in the works.
You're throwing a tease out there. Is what
I'm teasing.
All right.
I'm teasing.
Let's see if this button works. All right. So you know what? That's free. I'm going to hit the applause. We can't hear it. I think can hear it back there. But anyway, I hope that comes to fruition. So what else you got?
Well, we've also got the NetExpert XG. So this is also, I guess, a hot topic in this world. I just came out of one of those BICSI discussions where people are talking about kind of new technology, and a lot of stuff is beyond the standard right now. In other words, beyond the standard, we're talking about cable that may be 120 meters long or something like that. Okay, PoE, high power PoE. So how do you go out and test those links? Well, we've already got the solution here. This is the NetExpert XG2, and this will do a full bandwidth bit error rate test. So in other words, we're not looking to do a frequency sweep of a cable. We're not certifying it in this situation. In this situation, we're pushing a lot of data down the cable, and if we get any drop packets, then we know that that cable's not good enough for that application. So it doesn't matter in this situation if the cable is 101 meters long or 120 meters long. If the cable can handle the data, it will work with that camera or that wireless access point, and this tester is very affordable. Anywhere between $3,000 to $10,000 depending on the packaging here. That is a very small fraction as what you'd pay for a certification tester, and again, it's doing bit error rate testing. Data down the cable to make sure that it works in whatever application you're going to be running.
So put me down for two. I'm in for two. All right. So one of the things that we'll talk about on a future episode, and I'm very limited for time here, and so I'm just going to start cutting people off left and right. But we're doing okay so far. You did a great job.
Thank you.
But one of the things we're going to talk about in a future episode is that taking the data from their certifiers and moving that data into our printers. And it used to be that we would, and again, future episode, full half an hour, full Monty, but essentially what you're going to use our new PLT app here. And that app, so there's no more basically dumping that into the printer. All the work is going to be done here. You're going to take Tom's CSV for the users, end users, contractors, all the work's going to be done here. And I sincerely cannot wait until we have that episode together.
It's going to be fun.
So with that being said, I want to thank you very much as always. You're my favorite number one.
Oh.
You're my favorite number one, man.
All right.
Number one on the list today.
I need a badge.
BICSI.
I need a badge.
I can print you something. I'm in the labeling business. So I can label print you whatever you want. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. Have a great show.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk soon.
Yep.
Hey folks, guest number two. And that's not a bad thing.
No.
Guest number two. In fact, let me hit the applause thing. All right? And we can hear the hopefully with Kate's brilliant editing, we'll be able to hear that. But anyway, I'm just guest number two, and a former guest. We did a BS with Todd episode. Good God, it seems like
it's been a while ago.
It has been a while. Yeah, it has been a while. Yeah. You look a lot younger. You look better in person than you do in camera. I can tell you that much. Right?
Can't sell a salesman.
So we did an episode with Basor, and I've got Mr. Tim Place.
Yes, sir.
And at the first episode, we talked about the importance of labeling as far as in any type of cable tray systems and on racks and cabinets, and really I want to see a label on everything. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. But one of the things I wanted to ask you is we really didn't get on the first episode into anything new and exciting at Basor, any the big wins, anything that you're excited about. Because if you're excited, I'm excited. Now, you look so excited. I'm telling you right now.
I'm excited.
This is the most excited I've ever seen you.
I'm very excited.
Okay, all right. So anyway, with that being said, Tim, what's going on with Basor?
Okay, well, what's going on with Basor? The last time we talked, I explained our product, how it snaps together, and it's a time saver.
Yep.
But what I didn't tell you is our very big tray, our very deep tray, our 6-inch deep tray, like our 24-inch wide, 60, we couldn't do it. We could not put those clips on there. It didn't work. The tolerances were too difficult to manage. The thing that's new is...
Okay, so this is leading to a good thing.
The thing that's new is we fixed that.
All right.
So the time savings comes into play. So Used to, it would take 480 seconds to splice a 24 by 4 tray or a 24 by 6 tray together. Now it takes 4 seconds or less. So that's significant when you're talking about all the splices that you would have, the total footages of cable, because it seems like the data center people really like our 6-inch deep tray. I don't know why, but the volumes of cable are so huge, rather than putting layers, they want to put it all in one tray. So they'd rather label it, they'd rather put pathways. We have all sorts of different dividers and crossovers and T's and things that make the heavy concentrations of cable work.
Time is money, and anything that Basor can do to improve productivity. Yep. Again, time is money, and I know that you and I talked about some of the ways with some of the different products you have to save time, save money, and do that installation better. Right.
Right.
And again, the biggest thing, as you know, because I was actually a contractor. Believe it or not, I used to work for a living.
You used to work.
Yeah. Oh, I used to build data centers, and you know, it's we would pay. I'm just telling you what I would do. We'd pay a little bit more for the quality products.
Right.
That would save us money in the long run because those products took less time putting in there. So you know what? Even if it was a wash, all right. Still, I'd rather pay a little bit more and get a higher quality product that, at the end of the day, is going to save me labor. And it saves my end user, my customer, money. And so I think one of the things that we talked about on the last show was some of those money-saving products. And you just mentioned one. So again, yet another money-saving product from Basor. What else you got?
Well, we're introducing in the first quarter, I can get it now, a slip-on or a snap-on nut that goes right on threaded rod. So instead of going, on a 10-foot piece of threaded rod, threading something up and making layers, you just push it in place. Wow. So it holds the profiles. And what it also does is in a piece of slotted channel, your strut, you put it into a slotted hole and twist it, and it wedges in place. So you take a half turn, twist it, and you're locked in place.
You know what?
It saves tons of time.
Check out Tim Place. He's got he's been in this industry forever, and he really is a genius. I'm not just saying that to blow smoke up your butt.
Okay.
You've been in this industry a very long time. Very innovative product from this man's mind right here, and obviously you're continuing to do so. So
doing our best, because time is money.
Time is money. Time is money. So one of the things we talked about on our episode too was asset management, QR codes. And I'm not going to talk a whole lot about the QR codes and how labeling works. It's more of this particular show is talking about the industry,
right,
and products and new products and stuff like that. One of the things we talked about was asset management utilizing QR codes. And I'm still a huge believer in that. I'm not going to go into a deep dive right now, but check out my episode with Basor. All right, it's on the YouTube channel and BS with Todd, and you'll see Tim and I talk about all the added benefits of using QR codes instead of labels with a whole bunch of verbiage on there. And by the way, when you're putting in your basket tray and your racks and stuff like that, it's generally up above. If you have access to that from the ground level, maybe it's an open ceiling environment, right? It's very, very easy to take a phone and zoom in on that QR code and get all the information you need up there, right? And really, there's, as far as labeling cable tray and rack, the ANSI EIA TIA 606D now doesn't really go into a deep dive in that. So you can really put on that QR code, that asset management, just common sense things. Where does it come from? Where does it go? Cuts and so forth and whatnot. So there's all sorts of things you can do with the QR code and asset management. So check that episode out. That was a good one.
And we have label plates too. So you can take a label plate and put it on the side of your tray from a distance.
Aha, that's right.
You can put the QR code.
That's right. That's right.
On your label.
Yeah.
And it tells not just about the product. You don't necessarily need to know about the plate, but you need to know what's up in there. So it's management of your cables, management of why it's there, things to warn the next guy about.
Yeah. So because of my CRS, and everyone out there knows I have CRS, and if you don't know what that is, Google it. All right. That was something we talked about. And good point. I'm glad you brought that up. Right? Because I can't remember
Everything.
I didn't see it, did I? Is there a laughter on here? It doesn't matter. I can't see. Yeah, I got CSS too. Google CSS, because I'm looking at this soundboard in front of me and I can't see anything. Anyway, I want to thank you very much. These little snippets are going to be short and sweet, all right? And it's just a more of a round table about the industry in a whole and how Basor fits in the industry and your quality products and your time-saving products. And again, I'm not blowing any smoke. Everyone out there knows me. I don't have a filter, and I BS, but I BS in a good way, but I don't blow smoke. You have a wonderful product.
Yeah,
right?
we're layer 0.
Yeah.
And that's all we focus on. We don't make wiring devices or switch gear
That's all
or
you do.
lighting. That's also we focus on cable management.
Okay.
So
Fantastic. Now, the reason why Tim is here with us today, and Tim was on the first episode, or the last episode, whenever the hell that episode was, look it up, is Ironwood and Associates, one of my rep firms out in Arizona, right? Introduced me to Tim. And so kudos to Ironwood. Kudos to Ironwood. In fact, Paula's right there. You can't see her, but she's standing right there. Give me googly eyes and stuff like that. But anyway, thank you very much, Paula, for being. Hey, how you doing? Hey, good seeing you again. Right on. Anyway, with that being said, I want to thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having
it's
me.
such a pleasure seeing you again.
Thanks for
So
having
take
me.
care of yourself.
All right.
And Godspeed and sell a lot of Basor.
All right, this was fun.
All right.
Thanks.
So, welcome back to number 3. That's not a bad thing, right? No, it's not a bad thing. Trust me. All right. So I'm going to let these guys introduce themselves. Right? You are
My name's Richard Varela.
Richard. Oh, I forgot we all got badges.
Yeah.
And I can't read your badge.
I'm Ian Romeo.
Ian. All right. So we're going to talk a little Eaton today, and Eaton is just growing, right? Growing. I mean, it's getting huge. And so we're going to ask Eaton what they have. You know, we've talked about different things in the past. You know, racks and cabinets, and you guys just got so much out there for product, right? And so we're going to talk a little bit of product, and then as far as labeling and how it relates, everyone out there knows that everything Eaton makes needs a damn label. And that's, at the end of the day, that's it, right, Penny? Penny's nodding yes.
Sometimes
right?
multiple times.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And more labels you can put on Eaton products, you know, the newer shoes I get, or the better shoes I get. So anyway, with that being said, so I don't care who starts first. What's new, what's exciting in the world of Eaton?
Yeah, so Eaton recently acquired the Triplite business, so we've got all sorts of data fiber cables as well as our CAT cables for copper connectivity. But one of the big things that's shown off here at the BICSI show, it's actually in the showcase, is our new DIN rail mountable UPS. So it comes in 4 different varieties. We've got 2 that are AC, 2 that are DC. It's a great option for anybody who's looking to add some backup power to their industrial equipment.
How many use? What are we talking about?
It's pretty small. We've got one. We can
Gee, thanks a
demonstrate.
lot, Penny.
So as you can see, DIN rail mounting,
Oh,
so it
so
just
it's-
goes on,
oh.
clips on, expandable batteries for the DC version, replaceable batteries for the AC. So really great reliability, as with all of our Eaton
It just
products.
shows you, so I've been out of the business a long time, and I was asking them rack space, and then they throw this little thing in here, and it completely threw me off. So anyway, this is what he was talking about here. You got anything to contribute?
I got lots to contribute.
Well, let's contribute.
All right, so another product set that we brought to BICSI is our PDU line. And on the Triplite acquisition, that product line has really expanded. I mean, we've got kind of double the portfolio now from the acquisition. And, you know, our biggest challenge right now is just, you know, figuring out what to do with all of it, right? And so what we've done is, you know, we've taken a close look at both portfolios, and we're seeing that Triplite does great business in that basic and metered input space. And, you know, we Eaton, now we're all Eaton, we have a pretty strong, you know, custom design stuff. And so that's how we're going to take that portfolio into the future. And this summer, we're actually launching a new line of universal input PDU.
Really?
0U, 1U, and 2U.
Wow.
So
All
that's pretty exciting stuff coming out of us.
Okay. Gentlemen, I thank you. All right.
Yeah.
This is going to be short and sweet. Anything else that comes to a very quick mind? Crickets. I hear crickets. All right. In fact,
Put us on the spot.
I wish one of these buttons. And yeah, that's the whole idea of BS with Todd. You never know what you're going to get. And I think there's a cricket thing up here. One of the things, real quick, and then I'm going to let these guys go sell something, which I'm here to do, is labeling. So labeling is very important. I don't care whether it's something like this, whether it's some of the new PDUs. All right. It's asset management. You have to label it with asset management. One of the things I highly recommend is QR codes. QR codes. You can put 7,400 pieces of information, whether it be alpha or numeric, but if you combine the two, you can put 4,200 pieces of information on there. Now, there's really no specifics as far as ANSI, EIA, TIA 606D, but the main thing is asset management, because it is a very important asset of your infrastructure, all right, your network. So if you got any questions on labeling, you know where to come to. If you have any questions on Eaton, don't see Penny, see these guys. All right. www.eaton.com. Eaton.com. Number 4.
Number 4.
That's putting 2 number 2s together. I can make a joke about that.
And
you know I could.
I'm full of it.
But HR may be watching,
Yeah.
so we're just going to leave it at number 4. All right. So as you all know, Pete has been on my show. Pete Delorier. Did I get that right this
Oh
time?
my God, yes.
Holy hell.
Took you a while, but hey, we're there.
Listen, I studied last night. I
Boy.
studied last night. So anyway, Pete has been on my show several times.
Yep.
And Pete is with FiberFox. And we had a great show last time.
Yep.
And how your products are relating to the industry and how to label it. So we're not going so much into the labeling aspect of it today.
Yep.
All right, we're going to talk a little product and what's new and what's exciting and everything else. And I may throw a little labeling work in there
As you
somewhere.
should. As you should.
Oh, well, I try. So anyway, Pete, without further ado, all right, what do you got new and exciting? And you're sweating. Do
Do you
you're
realize
actually
we're in
sweating.
Florida?
Well, no,
Us bigger boys, we
Okay.
suffer from
Speak for
this
yourself.
little thing called humidity.
speak for yourself.
Oh, well, I'm speaking to you too, because you came by yesterday, Sweaty.
I was sweating, absolutely. Anyway, so what do you got within FiberFox that is just, new and exciting and talk about it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And first, let me say thank you for having me on again. I keep getting shocked every time you ask me to come back, so I must be doing something right for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are. Yeah, you are. We've known each other a long time.
Yes,
man,
we
a
have.
long
Yes,
time.
we
So
have.
you're always one of my favorites and one of my fan favorites. So.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for watching. Truly appreciate that as well. So what I brought over today, I brought the splicer, but I also brought the carrying. How do you pack this around? Okay, and what we carry is the contractor bag. And I'm sorry, I'm going to take over a little bit here. We carry the contractor splicer bag, all right? And where this really has gotten a lot of traction is it will carry up to 2 splicers, and I just so happen.
Oh wait, no, don't tell me you got 2 splicers in there.
I don't have 2 because we only brought 2, so I brought one over.
Okay.
But you can carry your splicer, your cleavers, all your equipment can come down into here. You've got your, and let me stand up, it gets a little better. I don't work well on the side.
No, that's all right.
Here you've actually got.
Hey, Pete, are you standing up right now? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you're funny. I actually am. Thank you very much.
Okay.
This here has got. You can put your tools in here, your consumables, your cleaners. All of your products can be housed in here with all your tools. You've got 2 other compartments in the back here. One we currently actually have our splicing table, which is a harness table. Bring this out, give you a show.
I stand up to help you, but I can't.
That's okay. So here you can actually attach your physical splicer to it. It's a harness, it comes with a harness inside, and it's got a magnetic holder here for your cleaver, and magnetic holders here as well that you can put your thermal stripper on. This is basically an add-on that you can bring on, put it back into your pack, and then you also have a back portion here, which is a padded portion, carries your laptop. So essentially you can load this backpack for a complete project that you're rolling out on. If you're doing several small ones, perfect for that. And you know what else? Plenty of room in here for your labeling. You're welcome.
All right. Hey, Jay, check's in the mail. Did you get my last check?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, all right. I'll
But I'm waiting.
All right, okay.
So again, this is one of our solid products here that you can actually get as an add-on to the Fusion Splicers. We're a Korean-based company out of Daejeon, South Korea. All of our product comes in from Korea. Nothing goes back. We maintain and service all of our product here domestically. So we're really proud of this product here and proud to be aligned with Brother. And for all your labeling needs, when you're doing fiber, you should be thinking about labeling.
Well,
Can I get a job?
I got nothing else to say. I can't back that crap up, man. You're almost a bigger BS artist than I am.
I'm pretty good, man. I've been at it.
You've been around forever.
Forever and a day.
We both still had hair when we started,
We
right?
did.
Yeah,
We did. Lots of it, too.
I know. Well, listen, I want to thank you again.
Absolutely.
It's always great to see you upright, as it is myself. You know, we've been in this wretched industry a long time, and FiberPox is a great product.
Thank you.
We're not going to go into the labeling aspect a whole lot because you already stole my thunder. I got nothing.
I think highly of you. I can say that much.
Oh, you know what? You just want more money.
I just want the mail.
You know what? Anyway, so you got to label it. Just label it. Asset management is big again on this stuff, as well as labeling the fiber at the end of the day. But you know, even QR codes and asset management on these products in the backpack, that's huge as well. But I want to thank you again. And look forward to. Are you going to bed early tonight too?
Yes. The older I get, the earlier it gets.
I know. So maybe I won't see you tonight.
Maybe not tonight, but
I don't know. All right,
I
buddy.
appreciate
Take care
you.
of
All right,
yourself.
thank you.
All right, man.
Thank
Be
you very
good.
much.
Back with guest number 5. Guest number. That's not a bad thing.
No,
It's not a bad thing.
I'm not number one.
My wife is calling. Anyway, I love you, honey. Anyway, so I'll call you later when I'm done with Steve. So, a fan favorite, a contractor favorite. All right, I've got Steve Kells with AEM here. Been on my show many times. In fact, we just did our last episode, Kate, wasn't it with Steve? Okay, so it was with Steve. I can't remember. You know that.
We're old, man.
I know we're old. And so anyway, it was a good episode, wasn't it?
It was.
It was a good episode,
Excellent
Kate. Yeah, it was a good episode.
There's
Yeah.
never a bad episode with BS with Todd.
Well, it's been funny. I'm sorry, you can't blow. You know,
Controversial episodes, yes. But bad episodes,
absolutely,
no.
yes. So anyway, so we talked on the last episode about how our app works with AEM. We're not going to talk about that now. Maybe a little towards the end. But one of the things that the reasons why I wanted to invite Steve over was talk about AEM, talk about anything new and exciting. Talk about. I know they won a bunch of awards recently. I went by their booth earlier. And they've got an entire wall full of all these trophies. Look at my trophy. I mean, it's all over the place. It really is. And rightfully so. You guys have done a fantastic job within the industry, and there's bigger things to come. And, we love working alongside yourself and Lisa. Hi, Lisa. In fact, Lisa's probably over at the booth, right?
She is.
Okay, so she's working hard selling while you're over here talking to me. You poor guy. You really, I'm telling you, poor guy. So anyway, with AEM, what's new, what's exciting, what's anything coming out, maybe anything you want to talk about? And we can talk about the weather if you want. I'm good. But let's talk about AEM first.
So a lot of things, if you haven't seen the product in the last few months, you might want to come by the booth to take a look if you're here at the show, or get a hold of one of our reps to take a look at it. We've made some changes. New capacitive touch display, much brighter, easier to use with your fingertips. Much beefier, more robust Cat 8.1 permanent link adapter in the kits now. Our award-winning Test Pro, as well as our Network Service Assistant, are both products that play either in the certification market for the contractor or in the network world. If you're network techs, look at the NSA. It's a good troubleshooting tool that will give you test results very similar in approaching the level of a certification tester at a fraction of the cost. A lot of new things coming up that we can't yet talk about. So new exciting things coming out. this year, so stay tuned. One thing about our engineering team is they love to bring out new things, and we take feedback from customers. So part of my role, reach out to me. You see something you want as a feature in our products, let me know. I tell that to engineering, we'll put it in the product. So just reach out to us.
So I was trying to get a hold of get Bruce's attention back there, and I really didn't hear a word. Can we start over? I mean, I didn't hear a word you said. I'm sure it was great.
I said we're like the best things since sliced bread.
Okay, well that's good enough for me. Yeah, that's good enough for me. So one of the things obviously we talked about, and we'll go further in this down the road, is our new app, Pro Label Tool app. We showed it on here. I showed Kate. She zoomed in earlier. If you want to know more about how AEM and Brother collaborate, either reach out to Steve or reach out to myself. It's very, very, very easy to take that same database, that CSV that you guys are using to load your units, and now it used to be instead of it used to be that you had to load our PTE 550W. Now you don't. You just do everything from the app. It's super simple, super easy. You can use all of our Wi-Fi enabled printers. We have done a real good job together. We have collaborated very, very well.
And even I can use the app. So that says something.
So folks, I'm telling you right now, when I said it was easy, there's proof positive that it is easy to do. So anyway, with that being said, anything else you want to talk about?
No.
We can go on forever.
Come see. Oh, we could be here all night.
Well, we could.
You didn't tell me I was supposed to wear a hat.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
All right. Good seeing you.
Guest number 6. You're lucky number 6. It's your lucky day, Luke Ghetto. Luke Ghetto from VoltServer. We recently did a episode together. I consider it a great episode.
Yeah,
don't you?
great time.
Okay, you don't have a choice. You're not going to disagree with me already. But anyway, we had a good episode about VoltServer and what they bring to the market. And really, I had no idea going into this really how you guys are saving time and money out there, and increasing productivity in certain areas. And if you didn't see that episode, go back to my archives on YouTube or wherever I'm on. OnlyFans or whatever, I don't know what the hell it is. Anyway, that was mentioned on a plane ride over. I don't even know what the hell it is. Anyway, but go back to that episode. It's a great episode about what VoltServer does. And one of the things I wanted to do was to kind of rehash what we talked about last time and tell them what part of the industry, because you are very unique, if you will. Can I say that? That's a very large word for me, unique. And so talk a little bit about that. And then obviously I'm not going to go a lot into labeling, but just when you buy VoltServer, just label that stuff. That's all I got for you, right? So anyway, without further ado, thank you very much. I know you guys are very busy. How's the show been so far?
It's been amazing. I mean, we've been very busy. I mean, there've been some headaches with the setup. We were blocking the sight lines for some of the premier vendors, so we had some last minute jiggering, but got it done, and we've been pretty busy. So it's been great. I mean, what we're trying to do is out here really start educating on this new Class 4 stuff, fault managed power systems. It's a new part of the National Electrical Code. So we're out here trying to educate people what Class 2 is, Class 4, when it's going to be available, what it can do. So VoltServer, our digital electricity platform, we're deployed in this building. Some of these radios you can see hanging from the ceiling. We're powering all the 5G in here for AT&T. Yes. Tampa Airport, if you came through there, your 5G powered by VoltServer. Amelie Arena next door, we're powering the 5G. So what we're out here doing is we're doing a lot in the DAS and telecom world, and now we're getting into the IT space. So your PoE switch, needs a data, high bandwidth connection with fiber. It also needs a lot of power. You got this 2400 watt switches and things like that, right? Well, if you don't have an AC outlet on the wall, what are you going to do, right? So that's where we come in. You can deliver fiber and high power capabilities on a single cable, to power up your PoE switch, get power and data, get your project off the ground, don't have to wait for, electrical trades to run pipe and wire, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I had no idea. I really didn't. I mean, PoE when it came out was, leading edge stuff, and it's just gone 100 miles an hour since its first inception. I had to get caught up, thanks to you, I'm somewhat caught up, but you know what, I'm probably, even after talking to you several weeks ago, probably behind times already. So Anyway, as far as again, thank you Ironwood Associates, PJ and Paula and Eric, because they're the ones that hooked me up with Luke, and they've done a fantastic job. And you guys are leading and bleeding edge technology within this industry. And you already mentioned a bunch of very highfalutin customers. Obviously here, they're in place. Anything on the horizon you want to talk about, maybe?
Yeah. So we're looking at all sorts of things. Basically when you think about kind of that low voltage, distribution, being able to do more power with it. PoE is great. We're not a competitor to PoE. PoE does 100 watts, 100 meters. That has tons of applications, right? But, you get up a little bit further distance, you get up a little bit further power, your only other alternative right now is AC.
Yep.
And you need fiber at an IT closet, at a PoE zone, a smart pole, whatever it may be. You got to hire someone to pull fiber, and then you got to hire someone to pull pipe and wire, right, to the same location.
So that's
We're all about, reducing the cost, reducing the environmental impact. You can imagine, pipe and wire, heavy gauge, fiber, multiple contractors to power up one thing at a distance.
Yep.
And so we're excited that we're working with several partners to power PLE switches. Hey, you're going to your customer and saying, I'm going to give you this awesome IoT stuff. It's all powered by PoE. But you got to add a dozen outlets in your IT closet, and the building owner's like, whoa, that's like way more money than I thought. Or you got to hire an electrician to pull it out to your poles in your stadium. So, or a power company, they're not so quick.
You're saving time, saving money.
Yep.
All right. Saving resources, if you will. So a little on the green side.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's very, very green. That's like holy hell green. I like it. It looks good on you. Green looks good on you.
Thanks.
It doesn't look good on the fat guy. That's why I work on it. Right? So good. Anyway, nonetheless, thank you very much. And the bottom line is label everything on from start to finish. The wires, the cables, the active passive electronics they use. You still have to label it. You still do, right?
Yeah, it's part of our MOPS. You got to label the conductors and stuff. Look, you got a lot of wires. You're going to a lot of different places. You got to label them, make sure you're going to the right places, right polarity, all that kind of stuff. And, that's where you guys come in. We still need to label them because, you walk away, sure, maybe it works on day one. You come back a week later and, oh, crap, where do these wires go, right?
What does anyone, so far, the people that are sitting down and talking to me are stealing all my damn thunder. The sales, the labels, the sales pitch and stuff like that. Pretty soon I'm just another pretty face. But thank you very much. I appreciate VoltServer. I appreciate you. I appreciate your wanting everyone to label stuff. I mean, it's a great partnership we have, and there's more to come. There is more to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on your show.